Hey everyone, this episode is sponsored by Stitch Fix. They're an online personal styling service that picks out clothes for you and then sends them to you.
Nice.
We'll tell you more about them later on in the show, but first, the tech news.
Yeah, so sometime in the future, whether it's a few years from now or a few decades, most or all of the cars out on the road are going to be driving themselves, which, if it all works out the way it's supposed to, will be a good thing with fewer car accidents, and probably much less of a need to even actually own a car, considering you'll probably be able to just hail one.
Hey, I'm so advanced, I do it already.
Way ahead of the curve here. Of course, there's going to be plenty of downsides as well. Anyone driving professionally who isn't a race car driver will probably have to find a new career.
Yeah.
So maybe get ahead of that one.
Truckers will definitely be first. That is happening very fast.
But the fact that traveling in a car will one day become a passive experience, it has other implications as well. Like, what are we going to do with all that time that we would normally be spending watching the road and trying not to die?
Well, not in November, obviously.
Not this month.
And you could obviously catch a few Z's during your commute, or read, or watch Netflix, or eat, or get some work done. But according to a new study, there's also going to be plenty of fucking. I was half right.
Yeah.
That's one takeaway from a paper published in the journal Annals of Tourism.
Annals.
I know. Annals of Tourism research titled Autonomous Vehicles and the Future of Urban Tourism. Yeah, it's pretty much a no-brainer. For one thing, people have been banging in cars for pretty much as long as there's been cars, and another recent study concluded that nearly 60% of all Americans have had sex in a car. Granted, those cars were probably parked, unless it was some sort of bang bus situation, or fake taxi, or whatever.
This taxi's not real?
Whatever they have these days. I don't know. But that's only because we don't yet have the option to tell our car to drive around the block for 90 seconds while we engage in some road coitus. 90 seconds, that is normal, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure?
It's only bad if you go below 60 seconds, then they call you a minute man.
Yeah.
90 seconds, perfectly normal.
They call that one a gone in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
And also, before this, you just had to say, Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
And while you engaged in sexual encounters with your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be good for swingers, too, because, like, the way I see it in the future...
Switch cars.
Well,
you put the car keys in there, and you actually take the car keys from the bowl.
Cars. No, but I feel like cars are going to be like minibuses soon, where it's just like, if you're along the route, it picks you up, but it's like maybe 5 or 6 people, and everyone just starts fucking.
Yeah, it's a big old orgy bus.
Got a lot
Throw
of time
some
to
pillows
kill.
in there.
Yeah, we should just like, they should just do that old Volkswagen, what was it, like the wagon?
Minibus?
Yeah, was that what it was? Like the hippie bus. Yeah. Just redo those with autonomous driving. Smoke weed, plan murders, and fuck.
And eat.
Yeah.
All this fucking's got me hungry.
I can't wait to put a grill in my self-driving car.
So, explaining this study's conclusions, one of the authors, Scott Cohen of the University of Surrey, told Fast Company, one of the starting points was that AVs will provide new forms of competition for hotels and restaurants. People will be sleeping in their vehicles, which has implications for roadside hotels. And people may be eating in vehicles that function as restaurant pods. That led us to think, besides sleeping, what other things will people do in cars when free from the task of driving? And you can see that in the long association of automobiles and sex that's represented in just about every coming-of-age movie. It's not a big leap, particularly in cities where the governance is in place, where prostitution is legal and regulations allow AVs to develop fast and be on roads quickly. We could see this come together rapidly.
We might actually be able to take a ride in the bang bus soon. You just call the bang bus, and it shows up, and it's like, boop, there you go.
Send that bang bus around. Europe is one of those places. It's not impossible or that far-fetched to imagine the red light district on the move. Prostitution doesn't need to be legal for this to happen. Plenty of illegal activities happen in cars.
Now, if that were true, you would go to Amsterdam and people would be like, there'd be a service where a guy would ride you around on a bike, and then you would just like have
bang
sex
bike.
on the bang bike, obviously. Or like a rickshaw in the Far East.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, rickshaw fucking. So
does the work for you. All
I
those
don't know.
buffs.
I really think that this is going to be more jacking off and jilling off than straight up sex.
Yeah.
You'd have to go on a road trip for sex. You got to get comfortable. You can jack off anywhere.
You can. You can.
Now, Cohen also points out that autonomous car sex will be even more appealing given that automakers will be designing fully autonomous car interiors with comfort and privacy in mind.
Pull those blinds.
Tinted windows? hopefully, going to be legal again. He even implies that some automakers might sell cars with interiors specifically designed for this, saying, of course sex sells, and there's likely to be a capitalization on this in terms of commercial interest. All right. As for when we can expect all this self-driving road boning to become commonplace, Cohen says, without hesitation, that it'll be the 2040s. And he said that because the world is coming to an end right before that. So
just wait up for the 2040s. It's totally gonna happen.
But the idea of a mobile red light district, it could happen earlier. So that's all fun to think about. Now here's a question I have. If you live in a place where prostitution's not legal, can you get picked up in a prostitution bang bus and then it drives you automatically to across the border where it's legal, like into Nevada or something, and then your male or female prostitute engages in sex with you, and then when you're done, then it drives you back across the border.
Yeah.
It's convenient.
I mean, I can see this, like, because prostitution is technically illegal in Las Vegas. You gotta drive like 30 miles out.
Yeah.
Then you're good. So yeah, send me a car.
Yeah, the fuckmobile.
You gotta pay up front though. Moving on now though, we often talk about how the age of innovation in mobile phones is kind of over and has been for a while. 10 years ago, a new generation of iPhone was leaps and bounds ahead of its previous model, but nowadays, mobile devices, they improve in much more incremental ways, in ways that are much less exciting. You can basically assume that any new generation of flagship phone is just gonna have a slightly better battery, a slightly better screen, and a slightly better camera, which is fine. But if you're craving the sort of holy shit feelings that you felt back in the day during tech keynotes, Samsung has something absolutely ridiculous for you. It's a new phone that's also a tablet because the screen folds like a book.
And it's dumb and I hate it. Samsung's been teasing this folding screen tech for years now, but last week at a big keynote event, they finally showed off a prototype of this thing, and it's probably the greatest example we've seen of something that makes us say, wow, that's crazy. Why would anyone want this? They've been developing this because they did their full screen where it goes over the edge and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good innovation because they use it for other things.
Yeah.
Now it is an incredible achievement, unlike anything we've ever seen or wanted for that matter.
Yes.
But why though? And to be clear, Samsung isn't the only company pushing this kind of thing. A Chinese company called Royu, they showed off their janky-looking Flex Pad.
Flex Pi.
Oh, Flex Pi. That's their folding phone that they showed off at a recent tech convention. And at the very least, Samsung's Foldy phone looks a lot cooler. FlexiPad.
Sounds like a feminine product.
Yes, it does. Ladies, line up. Here comes the FlexiPad. However, when Samsung's foldable phone does go on sale, apparently next spring, it's going to cost you around $1,700, which is, that's asking a lot.
You could have a top-of-the-line gaming PC for that price, or a phone that folds and is like an inch thick.
I don't know who this is for.
Rich assholes in Asia.
But I still have to ask, why? Is it just a status symbol?
Because we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the future of phones? Maybe. Probably not. But if you're really wealthy and don't mind walking around with a massive bulge in your pocket, this might be for you.
Yeah.
Like I said, this technology, it's gonna have great uses outside of this dumb thing.
Yeah.
But it just seems so impractical.
Yeah. It's cool that they can mold a screen not just flat, and it's flexible. Like that, I'm sure.
Hold on, this YouTube video is too small.
No.
I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
It's so bulky, and the normal front screen is tiny. There's just a massive bevel around it, bezel, whatever.
Not for
$1,700?
Get out of here.
Get out of here, Samsung. Also, though, it's entirely possible that we're totally out of touch with what people actually enjoy. For example, TikTok. Now, we're still not entirely clear on what it is or why it's popular or even how popular it is, so hold on, let's do some research. Okay, so it turns out TikTok is a video sharing social media platform from China that got popular when the Chinese company ByteDance purchased Musical.ly or Musical.ly. I don't know how the kids say it. That's another Chinese video sharing platform that was already popular over here. It's sort of like Vine, except you get 15 seconds instead of 6.
Innovation.
And it has a big music library that lets you lip sync or dance or whatever to popular songs. You can even do split screen duets with other users. Wow.
That's cool.
So whatever. It's not really something we're interested in at all, but if the youth are enjoying themselves, Who cares?
Yeah, Bruce Green showed me this, and
Bruce
I was
is
like,
way too old for TikTok.
I was like, this is just long Vine. Mm-hmm. Because there was a bunch of videos. He's like, yeah, no, it's a music thing, and he's swiping through. I'm like, this one doesn't even have music on it.
It doesn't have to.
I know, so it's just long Vine.
Long Vine.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, who cares about this besides kids? Mark Zuckerberg cares. The man who just said no to meeting internationally about the problems Facebook causes.
Oops.
He does care about this, and in the course of just around a month, they've already debuted their own ripoff of TikTok called Lasso.
Get over here, kids. Stop abandoning our platforms.
Hey, dude. It's pretty much the same shit, except it's all integrated into Facebook's existing ecosystem, which includes Instagram. They've even apparently lured a bunch of content creators over to create content while the app was being developed so that there'd be a bunch of video content already ready when it launched, and then all of those people are now broke and they don't have jobs because they wasted all their time on this fucking TikTok competitor. It's classic diabolical Facebook.
Yeah.
It's a fucking content vampire is what it is.
Yep.
They famously tried to purchase Snapchat back when it arrived on the scene and started luring users away from Facebook and Instagram, so they created Instagram Stories, a direct ripoff of Snapchat's main functionality, and Snapchat not doing so well these days.
Nah, probably should have taken the money.
It was $1 billion on the table if I remember correctly.
They wanted like 20 billion. They're like, no, wait till you see our glasses.
Now it's unclear if Lasso will be able to similarly screw over TikTok, but maybe some of you youths can weigh in for us. You know, they started, first of all, not gonna work. Second of all,
I created an account on it just to see what it's like. I made one video.
Lasso?
Yeah, I'll probably delete it
You're gonna be
later.
the biggest star on it.
It's so annoying. You open it and it immediately starts playing like the most popular lassos. I was like, oh God.
So here's the thing. Kids are already off Facebook. They're not there. They're not gonna use
Yeah,
it.
why would they? Facebook's a hellhole.
Second of all,
Of sadness.
I've actually seen the commercials for their fucking home tablet with a camera on it recently, and it is more horrifying than I had even imagined.
Yeah.
It like follows you around.
Hey, where you going?
Got like full body camera and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's
for the elderly.
It's dystopian.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like you dial in and you're like, is Grandma still alive? Hold on. Is she
Sorry,
moving?
just checking if you're dead.
Yeah. You have to ring in like once a day.
Doing a welfare check.
But hey kids, let us know what the hot new app is. Is it Lasso or is it TikTok?
Let us know.
I'm not gonna check either of them out, but
Let us know, Daddy-O.
Yeah.
Dab. But speaking of our increasing struggle to keep up with trends and maintain our fleeting youthfulness, it's time for a quick word about this week's sponsor, Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service that finds and delivers clothes, shoes, and accessories to fit your body, budget, and lifestyle. And it's great because I hate shopping. It gives me anxiety. I can't keep up with the clothing trends. I'm like, just send me what looks good today.
I don't mind shopping, but every time I do, I walk in the store for 10 minutes, pick out shit that I have. My style has not changed for decades, and I just buy all that and leave. And with this, I'm like, hey, you know what? That looks good. I would have never thought to buy that. And you know who loves it? The wife.
Yeah. They
Because
sent me,
it makes it look like I'm trying.
sent me some nice pants, some nice shoes.
Fool your significant other into thinking that you have style with Stitch Fix.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Or your parents.
Wow, you're looking snazzy.
Wow, you're gonna go find a girlfriend now?
It's my little secret, and it's called StitchFix.com. If you want to impress your parents, yourself, and your significant other, or just yourself, go to StitchFix.com/Newsday and tell them your sizes, what styles you like, and how much you want to spend on each item. You'll be paired with your very own personal stylist who will handpick items and send them right to your door. Then you try them on, you pay for only what you love, and you send the rest back. The stylist never judges.
No.
Shipping, exchanges, and returns are always free.
This app is judgment-free.
Judgment free zone.
There's no subscription required. You can sign in to receive scheduled shipments, or you can just get your fix whenever you want. A Stitch Fix's styling fee is only $20, and that's applied towards anything that you keep from your shipment. Get started now at StitchFix.com/Newsday, and you'll get an extra 25% off when you keep all the items in your box. Again, that's StitchFix.com/ you'll get an extra 25%. StitchFix.com/Newsday.
And that's one word, Newsday.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the news though. Let's check in on Elon Musk. He was, of course, forced to step down as chairman of Tesla a little while back after the whole SEC investigation into his stupid funding secured tweets. And his replacement, a chairwoman, was recently brought in. Her name is Robin Denhel. She's been on Tesla's board for a while and previously worked at companies like Toyota and Sun Microsystems. Well, actually, she quit Tesla's board about a month ago to work for a different company in Australia, but she now quit that to come back to be, the chairwoman of Tesla, because Australia is very fucking scary. They got snakes.
Yeah.
She
probably didn't know about the snakes.
And the drop bears. You gotta watch out.
Yeah.
And apparently she's got her work cut out for, with the SEC continuing to look into any fraud that might have occurred there, specifically in regards to the Model 3's previously troubled production schedule.
Yeah, none of this is going away.
It's fine.
But anyway, what's Elon up to now that he's just the CEO? I'm sure his hours have been cut down from like 120 to like 105. Well, stop us if you've heard this one before, but there's currently a large rescue operation going down, and Elon wants to help out. Specifically, those fires happening basically everywhere here in California, which have absolutely devastated entire towns and left a death toll that could number in the hundreds once everything's accounted for. It's a very bad situation, but Elon wants to help. And to his credit, this time it does not involve submarines.
Dirigibles! I got it! Dirigibles! We'll fly in and save them.
Instead, he said on Twitter that he'd be willing to volunteer some Teslas for transporting people, since models S and X come equipped with hospital-grade air filters, and the air near these fires is very, very bad.
That sounds like marketing.
It does, doesn't it?
I thought that he was going to dig a giant hole into the earth and then pop up and rescue everyone and dig back down.
Jump into this hole.
You can't light the inner earth on fire. It has a heated core.
It's true.
It's got all the fire it needs.
Wow.
Of course, anyways, Musk fans, they were very quick to praise his generosity, but also Musk critics were quick to call him out for what felt like a product plug during a horrific natural disaster. I mean, really, he's just sending cars? There's no other cars to go send?
There's no evidence that he's sent anything.
Okay. But, I mean, it's a good gesture. It's also like being like, hey, I'll put you on my back, we'll walk away. It's not like he's giving extra money to like the firefighters or...
Yeah, it's not like that.
Tesla cars, they do in fact have great air filters, but also it seems like someone of Elon Musk's status could easily just reach out directly to the agencies fighting these fires with an offer to help instead of tweeting out some open-ended offer. Or like,
anyone need a Tesla? Anyone? No?
So
okay.
It would be a lot cheaper for him to send high-grade air filters that people can wear when they're evacuating, or to the firefighters and rescue personnel that are on site.
Or money.
Or you could send money.
Money to the groups that know how to deal with these things.
There's still no indication, almost a week later, that he's made any effort to follow up on any of this. Grimes has been tweeting about hentai, so maybe he got caught up on that. But he did retweet multiple Tesla owners showing off air quality measurements inside and outside their Teslas. What the? This is fucking, come on.
Yeah,
come on.
I know.
That's just marketing. And I know I'm gonna get shit for saying that because he's trying to do something nice.
But has he done anything nice?
No, the implication was nice.
No, he just tweeted out being like, hey, anyone want help from my really great cars? Did you know they have a great air filter?
Maybe you should have bought one. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to Musk fanboys and girls out there. It's just a question that I have. Sorry. And we don't know. As with the whole Thai cave rescue thing, maybe just donate some money to it.
Yeah.
People are on site that already know what they're doing.
Yeah. Like, what's the plan here? Send in like a convoy of Teslas?
And then what? The first responders there are gonna be like, no, you can't. The road's blocked. You can't drive through here.
Yeah.
Everyone's staying at the Walmart parking lot.
We've got gigantic all-terrain vehicles designed specifically for
helicopters.
These sorts of things, and helicopters.
And also, no, it's barricaded. You can't come in.
Yeah.
You gotta stay away. Beep, beep. Here I am. It's me, Elon Musk. Maybe just pack your front-facing trunks with some snacks and bring it up for people that need to eat things.
People could use some snacks.
Yeah. Send up an army of Teslas to bring snacks for people.
Yeah. It's a convoy of snacks.
You know what? If he heard that, he'd be like, you're right, I'm doing it. And they would show up with his fucking Tesla Kila. Just packed to the brim.
Elon, these people are starving.
Yeah, they need to get wasted. Forget about all the bad shit that's going on. Tesla Kila, baby.
Elon, this is just Hornitos with the label changed out.
Yeah, no, it's good. Tesla Tequila.
What is this dance?
It's the Pee Wee Herman dance who does the tequila.
Oh, terrible. Anyway, speaking of recurring characters on this channel, MoviePass is still not dead. But they continue to find new, innovative ways of alienating their shrinking user base. The most recent example of this came last week when MoviePass's remaining users received this unsolicited email from Chloe, MoviePass's director of Barketing. Yeah, that's a dog. A dog that doesn't even look particularly thrilled about any of this. Now, the body of the email reads as follows. Woof! I'm Chloe, the director of Barketing at MoviePass. I'd like to explain why from time to time you may have had a rough experience with us, but it turns out that I'm a dog and I can't talk. What I do know is that I see these humans working like crazy to make MoviePass better and better for you as fast as possible. They're so grateful for your membership and support while they work it out. We're listening, we're learning, we're changing.
So that's possibly the most pathetic attempt by a disgraced company to apologize to its users. Like, how is anyone supposed to take promises from a company that they're fixing things seriously if the message is being relayed by a talking dog and not, I don't know, the CEO? Or at the very least, a human employee with a name?
That dog did not write that email.
It's true, he did not. Or she. Bad dog. But hey, listen, it's fine. We do have some news about other companies actually fixing their shit and not relying on cute animals to emotionally manipulate people. Following those worldwide walkout protests by Google employees last week against Google's practice of paying off its employees and executives found to be serial sexual harassers, both Google and Facebook have put an end to forced arbitration in cases of sexual harassment.
So what's forced arbitration, you may ask?
Sounds aggressive.
Well, it's something that should probably be illegal across the board, but ending it at these companies for these specific instances is a decent start. Basically, when you sign an employment contract with an employer, part of that contract might be you agreeing that you can't sue them about certain things. In order to work there, you waive that right and instead agree that if a dispute does come up, it will basically be handled internally, with all the details kept private. And it should be no surprise that forced arbitration is mostly for the best interests of the company and not the employee who's bringing their grievances.
Just always assume that in general.
Yeah, they're not on your side.
So previously, for example, when Android creator Andy Rubin was accused of sexual misconduct by a fellow employee, the issue was dealt with entirely internally, with the plaintiff unable to take the issue to court. Andy Rubin walked away with a nice, shiny $90 million golden parachute and no damage to his reputation until the New York Times reported on the case a few weeks back. Now, at Google and Facebook, sexual harassment claims are no longer bound to force arbitration, and employees can actually sue. This is a good thing. Uber previously made a similar change to their contracts after that whole infamous expose by a former employee, and Microsoft did so even earlier than that. Now, following Google and Facebook, Airbnb and eBay, they've also made similar changes. So, guess what, folks? Protesting works. You just gotta have enough people to do it, and maybe this will creep outside of the tech sector.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, forced arbitration should not be legal.
No. Anyways, if you are a member of the channel on YouTube, there's a join button right there. You can actually pay to become a member now, and all that, a portion of it comes to us. It helps the channel survive.
Daddy gets a big old taste.
He certainly does. Or she. Susan
gets a big old taste.
Anyways, we're doing a Q&A. We're recording it right after this, and that's going to be up for members only and for members of the Patreon. A Patreon link is right in the top of the description, or if you're a member, it should pop up in like the community tab or something like that. It's our first time trying it, but join now to either one and get access to that Q&A video. Lots of good questions. Also, check out yesterday's episode where we're like, why is everyone so mad at Ninja? What'd he do this time? And it wasn't even that bad. He just kind of like got a little drunk, got a little egotistical. And watch a new episode of Weekly Weird News with one of the greatest finesses on Twitter.